Hey guys, this is Nicole, and now I know what you're thinking. It's that annoying girl again, talking about her life like everyone actually wants to know. But yeah, I'm talking about it. I'm an open book. I know. And if you don't want to listen to me rant, then why are you here? Why are you watching me? Am I just that cute and adorable? With my face demons that I ain't afraid to show? I ain't gonna put makeup on them. That's just gonna make them worse. But anyway, I have been having vlogger's block. And if you know what that is, round of applause to you, because I have that. And if you don't know, here's the definition for vlogger's block. It's where you cannot think of anything to vlog about to your fellow people. Therefore, you'll make boring videos and post them anyway. That's what I have been doing. I'm sorry for my boringness. That was weird. I'm sorry. Anyway, I have found something to talk about. Remember that girl, Raquel, that I have been ranting about, saying that she thinks she's country? Yes. Good. Well, this is going to be called Country Problems Part 2, because she came into school last week. So here, we're just gonna go. This is my second attempt to make this video because my cam recorder, my video camera, shut off. Oh, I accidentally hit the back button on my phone, but we'll just say it was not a human error, so I can feel good about myself. Amuse me, please. Anyway, so last week, she came to school. She had this pink case on her new phone. And we were talking about cases, and I'm like, oh yeah. And she told me that she likes my phone case. Yes, I got this case because it reminds me of Indians, and Indians are my friends. So of course I get this phone. I'm sorry about that. Miley Cyrus moment just came to me. Oh. Anyway, yeah, just that might be edited out if I'm not too embarrassed. But anyways, she came to school and we were talking about phones, and she's like, I really like your case. And I'm like, thank you. Right when I bought this case, I saw a camouflage one, and I was really, really upset because why didn't I look at it before I bought this one? And she's like, oh, I got a camo case and like 9 other cases that are coming from Amazon. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And I just roll over my head because it's like, I'm not dealing with it. I don't need it anymore in my life. And so, bell rang. Go on with life. Well, the next day, pink case again until her phone finally came in. Well, one day, she bought a pink case. The next day, it was an Austin Mahone case. Next day, I saw her walk into school. Like, I was right by my homeroom door, and her locker is kind of right by it. So I saw her walk to her locker, and all of a sudden I see, like, I couldn't see the pattern. She was going like this, and from a distance, like, I don't know. She was just waving her phone. And I didn't really see the pattern, but I saw this blue. And I thought it was this case. But then my friend India said that, no, it's her camouflage case. I'm like, hell to the no. And I was like, no. I'm sure she got the same case as me, because she was like saying, oh, I love your case and everything. Well, 8th hour, I looked at her phone, and holy shit, it was a fucking camouflage case with this blue. The same color blue. Now, some of y'all country people might be like, what is she thinking? Only green, brown, black, and orange. Only exceptions to camouflage, really. But if you are actually like true born country, like down hard country, born into it, love it, you just embrace it, and you got like this color with a camouflage, you're it's exceptional. Like, really. It's exceptional. Because you actually know the difference between a Ford, Chevy, and Dodge, what John Deere is, and you don't refer to a Duramax as a battery, okay? Okay? This girl has, and she has the nerve to walk in here with a camouflage case in the wrong color. Ugh. I'll tell ya. Another thing, too. She was ranting about how a brown color is so wrong on a truck. And I was like, yeah, it's not the best color for a truck, but it's still prettier than it is on a car. Because I saw like a brown truck once, I'm like, yeah, whatever. And she's like, well, what's his face? I can't remember his name. The guy she's like so annoyed with, but still hangs out with, he has a brown truck, and she's like, why don't you get white? It'll show off the mud. Okay, I'm sorry. If you're trying to prove that your country, everyone knows that a white truck will show off brown or black or dirty mud. White shows off everything. If you're really trying to prove anything, that's not the way to do it. White will show dirt. Hence, mud is probably the dirtiest dirt you will find. And it's thick, it is creamy, ooh, creamy. And, like I said a million times, it is dirty. You will see it on a white truck. A ghetto person would know that. A down-hard ghetto city person who works in alleys trying to sell drugs will know that a white truck will show off mud. So I don't know what she's trying to prove. Like, any person would know. Okay. Another thing that has been bugging me to the point of no return. I say that a lot. The point of no return. Like my fingers, the point. Do you see it? Do you see the point? Point. My friend India has been dating these guys from every other state but ours. I think the closest state that she's ever, like, dated anyone was Minnesota. Otherwise, it's from Tennessee, Washington, Kentucky, California. I already said Washington. And it is so ridiculous. I went cross-eyed there. Hey. And, so this guy, Brian, has actually come to liking her. So it's her actual first boyfriend from this school. Our school. Keep in mind, this may be a long video, but, you know. So they have been going out, I think today's a week. I feel as though, like, last week, because I know they started going out. No, I think actually tomorrow they started talking, like, telling each other they have a crush on each other, like, the day of my best friend Marissa's game. Oh, that's another thing I gotta tell you about Raquel, but we'll come back to that story later. So Marissa had a game last week, Tuesday, and we were hanging out with Brian, like, the first time we've ever seen this kid. We've seen him around school, but we never really talked to him, and he was alone, so we thought, okay, let's talk to him. We were walking around school together, and he was, like, flirting with her the whole time, and then later that night, he asked me for her number, and I gave it to him, and he told her that he liked her. Well, then the next day, he asked her out, so I actually think tomorrow is their 1 week. So, apparently, he might be moving to New Orleans. So far, he is, but he's looking for a friend to stay with because he's so in love with India. When the first day that they were dating, not even 2 hours before or after they were dating, he said, I love you. 2 hours into their relationship, he says, I love you. Okay, first of all, we're 15 and 14-year-olds and 16-year-olds. We don't know what love is. We have not even been out in the real world yet. So, yes, we think we might have our first loves. Like, I think I had my first love, only because he was, like, my first true boyfriend, and I don't know. But, I don't think we've actually had our first loves yet. So, I was kind of babysitting last night we were at a Christmas party and the two girls I babysit were there and I gave them their presents and they loved them. And they were like climbing all over me with my little brother, like we're all playing and I was just tired out. Like I felt like I just got home from babysitting. I just wanted to sleep, get in my bed and sleep. So I got my pajamas on, laying in bed. And all of a sudden I hear on my phone, Pika-V, Pikachu! And I just embarrassed myself. I'm so sorry. I know that was off pitch. I'm sorry. I'm not perfect. But, so I heard that go off. I'm like, who the hell is texting me? I looked like my Aunt Jackie there at first. Stop it, Nicole. And it was Brian. He's like, I need your help. I'm moving and I don't know what to do and this and that. I'm like, what am I supposed to do to help? How am I supposed to help you? You're moving. So we got into kind of an argument and I'm like, I'm telling you this as a friend to wake your ass up. I can't help you. It's out of my control. I can't just call your parents up and be like, he's in love with the girl he hasn't been going out with for a week. He can't move. And he just got in a really pissy mood today. And I was like, fuck it. I'm not doing this with you. Sorry, I'm swearing. And so he texted me this morning. He's like, sorry for my mood last night. I was just really pissed off because like, I was like chased by a guy with a gun. You do realize we live in Barron, right? It's a drug town. There's cops everywhere. If you were chased by a guy with a gun, I'm sorry. I'm not saying he's a liar, but I'm just saying that's really hard to believe. I walked into school and I saw them hanging out by me and me, Marissa, and India. We all share a locker. Well, I saw her and Brian sitting there talking by the locker. I'm like, oh. So I just like walk right past them because they were walking towards me, and I just like walked past them, and then India turned around. Of course, he turned around. Buggy little puppy dog. And, so, she's like, what's your problem? I'm like, nothing. She's like, what's your problem? I'm like, nothing. She's like, what's your problem? And by the time, like, her 5th time asking me, I answered my call and put it in there. She asked me again, I slammed the locker, and I'm like, nothing. And I just walked away into the commons, the lunchroom, and sat by Marissa, and I showed her the messages between me and Brian. She's like, I'd be pissed off too. And I'm like, yeah, I am. And so the whole time during 0 hour, India was like, what's your problem? And I'm like, nothing, I'm just mad. And me and like Marissa were sitting there talking, like, how could I help him? She's like, I don't know, but I'd be just mad as too. And I'm like, yeah. And so India's like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm like, good. I was just being so mean to her. I'm always mean to her. It's just our relationship, but I was being like a total bitch to her, like, so then, during 1st hour, we were sitting there talking, and then Indy's like, did Raquel get under your skin again? I'm like, no, that bitch is not getting under my skin again. I'm done and over with her. I am not dealing with her drama anymore. She's not. And she's like, oh, okay. And then Marissa comes up, she's like, all I have to say is you better not text me, you and Brian better not text me about your problems. And Indy's like, okay, why? She's like, why? What has he been saying to you? And she's like, oh, he hasn't been saying anything to me. He's been saying it to little Miss Nicole over there. And she's like, oh. I'm like, I'm pissed the fuck off about that because I was tired, and at 10:30 at night, I get those messages about him yelling at me and saying that I have to help him. So, she's like, oh. And I told her how he's, like, so in love with you. She's like gave me the look like, yeah, right. And so she's not, I don't even think she loves him. I think she likes him a lot. Because it's like her first boyfriend. She's like, doesn't even know what love is. I don't even know what love is. I just think I know. Anyway, so that was over with. Done and over with. Me and Brian are still not talking in school because he apologized to me this morning and I didn't even message him back. I'm like, no. Not okay with me. So then the other story I had to tell you about Raquel. So Marissa is dating her ex-boyfriend. I'm sure you all know by now. So Marissa was with her grandma at Walmart. I think I'm talking way too loud, but oh well. Marissa was was walking through Walmart with her grandma, and she saw Justin Hazelwood, one of Raquel's friends. She walks into the bathroom, and Justin's kind of following her, but he stops, like, once he gets to the bathroom. Well, she walks out of the bathroom, and there's Justin Hazelwood, Raquel, and the Hoover boys, Eric and Brandon. Eric's the fat one, and Brandon's the skinny one. They're ugly as hell. All four of them are. She totally ignores them, like, I'm not dealing with it, and walks away. She finds her grandma, and they're walking through the toy aisle, and they're sitting there following her all over Walmart. Well, she was by herself, like, just looking through toys. Like, her grandma was in this aisle, and she was, like, the aisle right over. Justin comes up to her and, like, so, how's you and Michael's relationship? I can't remember what was all said, but I think that was the first thing that was said. And she's like, oh, I know, good. And then he's like, how is he in bed? Michael's a sophomore, and Marissa's a freshman. Like, really, they're gonna have sex. And she walks up to him, for your information, I have not slept with Michael, so you can, like, stop it, or whatever. And, she was gonna say some nasty stuff about Raquel, but she decided not to. Like, that's only gonna get her in trouble, when she can, like, get them for a lot of things right now. And so, he's like, oh, or whatever he said. I'm just thinking, like, off the top of my mind, this is what I think Marissa said to me. She walks away, and guess who messaged her on Facebook that night? Brandon Hoover. The ugly, skinny one. Like, if you saw them, you just puke in your mouth. And he's like, hey, you dumb bitch, you better leave Raquel alone or we're gonna have some problems. I'm not fucking kidding. And I was like, oh, he's the biggest pussy in the world. Obviously, he's not gonna do anything. Like, he can say shit, but he won't do anything. So, I don't know what he's trying to do. But, oh, I don't know. I'm not getting into it. I'm not saying anything. It's my opinion on what I think they're cute and not, but I know that was a little mean to say, but I'm just, when people mess with my friends, it's not okay with me. Like, you're gonna stoop to that level, and it's just, but I think we're gonna bring Raquel, I'm not, I think they are somehow gonna bring Raquel to, like, a detention center, or a court, a juvenile court thing. I have no idea what it's called. And she's gonna get a big ass fine. It's what I've been told. I don't know for sure. So yeah. I don't know. I think this whole bullying thing is dumb. Like, I have so many issues right now that I can hardly deal with, but I'm trying my absolute hardest. And I'm getting told these things. It's like, this is not helping me. It's just, please leave me out of it. But I have to stick up for my friends. I've been keeping my mouth shut. I've been nice to Raquel just because she's been nice to me, so I'm gonna be decently nice to her. Like, I'm that sort of person where I may not like a person, but I have the attitude to at least deal with them, or to stand them, be decent to them, you know. I'm not just gonna be like, no, don't even talk to me, you just know. I'm not that sort of person. So I'm gonna, you know. So yeah, it's like, why is all this bullying happening today? It's just so dumb. It's like, it's like the tip of the iceberg. Like, we were talking about this in class, like, there's only like a little bit of a person on the outside, but it goes deeper within, you know, like deeper within the water. There's more to the iceberg, but on the tip of the iceberg there's only like a little bit. So it's like what's on the outside, there's only a little bit, but then a true person's on the inside. It's like, don't bully someone when you don't know them. Yeah, so I hope you guys are having a great year. I may be having a decent year. I don't know. I'm not looking for any boyfriends right now. Everyone has been asking me this, so no. I do not want a boyfriend, and if I end up having a boyfriend, it's only because I really, really like the person. And there is someone I do like, but I'm looking, but I'm touching, and there's this guy I do like, but he don't like me, so. So yeah, I get my Christmas break Friday, and today is Tuesday, so my Christmas break's coming up soon, and I can't wait. So I hope you guys are getting to your Christmas break soon, if not already, and if you are, lucky you. I wish I was out of school right now, and Friday's like a really fucked up day, so I have that to look forward to. So yeah, I'll bid you all a good night. Night.